Hi, this is Cheryl. I'm going to do a reading, and the first deck I'm going to do is a Priestess of Light or Clairvoyance. Okay, the card we got is Clairvoyance, Inspiration, Interpretation, and Trust. The Oracle of Delphi gazes into her scrying bowl, patiently waiting for the images to take shape. She knows the message is so she remains peaceful and unafraid. There are 2 steps to the process, however. One is she received the information, which often comes in the form of a riddle. She must interpret its meaning. This process applies to your intuitive experience as well. Whether you realize it or not, you do have the ability to receive important messages from Spirit. You also have the wisdom to make accurate interpretations. This card is telling you it's time to let go of old doubts and open up to your own clairvoyant process. Like the Oracle with their scrying bowl, you might find specific tools and techniques. Perhaps you will be called to read oracle cards or pursue mediumship. Whatever form and take your time interpreting the message. It may seem complex at first, like you're putting the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle together. But if you relax and let go of the need to perform and the need to be right, soon the answers you seek will become clear. There's something you must know about your oracular powers. There's no wrong seeing. Everything exists in energetic potential. As energy changes, the outcomes you see will change as well. Be open to receiving and patient in your interpretations. Trust yourself. Fear the oracle of your eternal life. Affirmation. More and more, I trust in my own intuitive process. I open to the Spirit's guidance and understanding the messages that I receive. And the next deck I'm going to do is the Lenormand deck. And this is, the pictures are by a Russian artist. And I did my ancestry, and the first thing that came up is Russian. That's the first thing in my ancestry is Russian. So I was drawn to this deck, and I keep this deck in my purse, but I took it out, and I'm gonna read from this deck. Okay, we got Scythe, Clouds, Bear, Stars, Mountain, and Rats. Scythe is sharpness, abruptness, quick decisions, desperate actions, danger, payback, and vengeance. Clouds is tension, growing uncertainty, complications, and depression. Bear is power, leadership, strong character, authority, money, richness, dominating figure, ferocity, rage, protection of one's territory or family. Stars, lofty perspective, far distance, moving toward goal, inspiration, optimism, hopes, and dreams. Mountain, obstacle, a challenge, emotional weight, fortitude, durability. And Rats, minor but unpleasant losses, theft, illness, venomous enemies, hard to detect. So that might be some messages for some of the collective, and just take whatever messages resonate. And the next deck we're going to do is the Halloween Oracle, the Underworld, where all things pause and begin again. You're being asked to consider exactly what you have to do to transform your life into something you find easier or more authentic to you. This may involve changing course. It may involve trials and tests. Keep moving, whilst things may fall away and your life may appear bare for a time. This is temporary. Space is being made into which you can create the new. Cauldron, synergy and healing. It indicates the importance of combining a variety of techniques or elements to get the best result. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Refuse to choose just a single rigid pathway when a variety of ways to be enjoyed and experienced. You can find your own ways to create something new. The cauldron is a deeply transformational tool. Things change once they are put under pressure. Resilience is being cultivated over time, and this means that you will be able to withstand any negative pressure much more healthily from the inside out. Alright, we got 2 cards. Cunning is the fox. This card represents shrewdness, wit, and astute intellect. Before Christianity subverted the fox into a creature of deceit, they were recovered by the Celts as being of wise counsel and logical reasoning. The fox's pelt was said to contain great magic, and cunning was seen in a positive trait necessarily for the tactics, logic, and diplomacy of war. The fox card in this deck represents a tactical and knowledgeable person, one who prefers words over action. The fox is a stealthy and clever predator, and the fox card might be urging subtlety and tact in pursuing one's goals. A heavy hand is not always necessary, and the fox card encourages refinement and delicacy. Foxes are adaptable creatures, and by approaching the problem rationally and with a delicate hand, You will best discern how to move forward. The fox is often associated by both Asian and North American mythology with being a trickster or shapeshifter. The shadow of this card may warn you to be careful of those who could manipulate you or use their words to make you question yourself. The element is earth. Stones are muscovite, amethyst, aquamarine, and blue kyanite. And work. The bee. This card represents hard work, focus, and industry. While the ant card focuses on collaboration to achieve a goal, the bee card focuses on the goal itself. It represents an effort towards a pleasant outcome or long overdue reward. This card tells us that the goal we seek is within our reach if we persist. The bee, like the hummingbird, is often associated with the sun. However, the bee's solar energy is focused on production, invention, and the job at hand. The ancient Egyptians are considered the first people to create artificial hives for producing honey. Through wild honey harvesting is also an ancient practice, and the development of domesticated hive-based farming is still being researched. They also believe that the sun god Ra created bees from his tears as they hit the sand. Honey has often been likened to gold, or imbued with the power of the sun due to its color and seemingly miraculous production by these amazing insects. We may view the bee card as symbolizing the fruits of labor and a rich, successful outcome. This card indicates financial and business success. Its industry is most rewarding, and the sun shining down on your back as you toil. The shadow reading of the bee card is lethargy, ennui, and stupor. It is the sun overshadowed. It's exhaustion felt when one has lost passion for a project or excitement for work. The shadow interpretation of the bee card may tell you it's time to mix things up, change your perspective, or perhaps give up on the project altogether if no longer brings you fulfillment. The element is air and fire. Stones are citrine, fluorite, sodalite, and amazite. And that is the reading. So thank you so much for joining me.